feeling flush in this cost of living crisis because apparently going to a wedding this summer can set you back and is going to £1,000 on average. Guests are spending nearly a fifth more than last year.
Yeah, it's going up and up. You can't put a price on love, though, but could you put one on celebrating it, especially if the celebrations go on for 3 expensive days? Will Godley's has been taking a look.
An invite in the post you'd normally look forward to receiving. But your bank balance may have a different opinion, with new figures showing that going to a wedding can cost over £1,000. Guests are now shelling out over £200 on wedding gifts, accommodation and childcare. Add on travel and something to wear, well, it's starting to get very expensive.
If you had the money, then I suppose you could spend it, but I don't think the price really matters.
I don't think I've got any friends that would want a £200 wedding gift.
We just said, just bring yourselves.
Bring yourself. That's enough of a present.
Yeah.
If my best friend said, this is what I want, £300, then probably I would give it.
The wedding gift is supposed to equal the amount of money they're spending on your dinner. But so if you're spending $200 or £200 on a dinner, it's ridiculous for a person.
Is it selfish to demand so much of your guests? Joining us now, professional dancer Christina Rianoff. Congratulations, Christina. You're about to get married. I know you announced your engagement to Ben at the end of last year. Christina says she's not going to ask for anything. She's happy for friends just to be there. While TV personality and entrepreneur Tessa Hartman says it is rude to turn up to a wedding without a gift. But Tessa, you're already going to the wedding. You're going to stay overnight somewhere. You're going to have to spend money on a dress and a hat. A gift as well, £1,000. It's got out of hand, hasn't it?
Oh, no. I think, you know, look, the gift of giving is as old as the institution of marriage itself. And I think I love giving gifts. I think Britain, we're the most generous people in the world. And most couples give you such an extraordinary amount of time to prepare for your wedding. It's not too much to ask to give you a little gift. It doesn't have to be a high monetary value. It could be sentimental. It could be emotional. It could be a poem. But, you know, for goodness sake, if we're going to get to the stage that we think that is crass, then I just think that's ridiculous.
Tessa, I have never seen a poem on a John Lewis wedding list.
Well, you're right. But if I don't have any money, I'm going to be looking for something that's emotional, that's sentimental to give to you. Because the reality is, you talk about the cost of going to the wedding. The cost of the wedding to the couple, the average price of a UK wedding is about £19,000.
But what if
so if you're important enough to come to my special day, I would like to think that you could give me a little gift.
Yes,
and I think for you to come without it is just rude.
But what if you've got more than one wedding to go to this year? Supposing you've got 3 or 4 and you're getting these wedding lists and say the average price of the presents is hundreds of pounds. I mean, you know, some people simply don't have the money to afford that.
I agree, Richard, it is. But you know what? If the average price of a football ticket is 125 quid and people go there every week and they don't think anything about it. So if these people, if they're in your close bond friendship group and they're getting married, you save up for it. You put something away. You buy them something that's maybe out of the box that doesn't have to cost hundreds of pounds, but that you know will make them feel special and they will remember forever.
Christina,
we've all had those kind of silly gifts that we keep for a lifetime and remember when we got them.
Yeah, the thing is, it's the wedding list, though, isn't it? And Christina, you're not issuing one, are you?
I'm not doing the wedding list. I think it's inappropriate, and now in the day and time we live now, the cost of living is it's a big burden on everybody's shoulders. And we have 3 children in our family, so yes, the childcare, everything, the dress, the travel, the hotel, it will cost so much just to go to the wedding. I mean, I'm quite lucky. Obviously, I'm a dancer, I'm a teacher. I can offer as a gift something very special. I can choreograph a wedding dance, which I have done for my friends recently. They had a wedding and we were invited, and they're a couple who had pretty much everything. So I can only give them something special and sentimental. But for my engagement party, when people were asking me, do you want any gifts? So there is a list. I said, no, that's for me to see you and celebrate my special moment with you, because we're all busy, we all work, and we just took that one day to have a time together with our friends and family. And I think, you know, and actually Tess is correct, because I think it could be something very small and sentimental. We're sending a wedding list, I think it's a bit of out of order, because it's just the times are not the same anymore. Yes, there are traditions, but we're not living in traditional times. Look what's happening, you know, around. The cost of living, you know, people really struggling. I know some of my friends will probably opt out if I'll send. And it's nothing to do with them being not good friends to me. It's just because they are struggling. They're trying to feed the children, put food on the table.
So, Christina, you're having an engagement party and then you're having your wedding day. So you're having a kind of a 2-day thing, basically. You're having 2 events. But actually,
no,
she's had her. Have you had your engagement party?
You've had it already. You've had it. So,
I don't know where the wedding will be because it's expensive and it takes a lot of time to plan. And I don't want a wedding planner because I don't have the money to have a wedding planner. So I'll plan it myself. And it probably will be, I don't know, year 2, 3, I don't know.
OK.
See.
Well, Tessa, what do you think about the increasing trend for these wedding or engagement parties to go on for days? I mean, you know, you get brides-to-be saying, I'm going to Ibiza, I've booked the hotel for the weekend, 50 of you are coming, we'll arrive on the Friday, fly home on the Tuesday. I mean, that's a bit excessive, isn't it?
Look, I don't think it's excessive. I think it's just a change in our cultural times. If you can afford to do that, I mean, I think that the lovely position Christina's in is that she can afford to give this very lavish and fabulous celebration. A lot of couples can't. A lot of couples are literally putting away money every week for a couple of years for their big day, and some of them can't afford honeymoons. So if they want to ask you to contribute to that, to let them experience that and have that joy, then I don't think that's too much out of the ordinary. And also, people, they're allowed to do it. You know, we live in a world that's really tough. We have a cost of living crisis. If I'm going to save up for 2 or 3 days and I can afford to have a big party, then fantastic. And if you don't want to come, if you're coming to take my hospitality and my generosity for 3 days, and you're not even going to give me a lipstick or a bottle of champagne, then I think that's a wee bit naughty.
All right, you both make your points very well.
Tessa, thank you very much indeed. Christina, good luck, congratulations.
Yeah, good luck, have a great day.